This is your weekly dose of trivia. How's it going, everybody? Sorry, I've been out for a couple weeks. 2 weeks ago is because I was sick, and last week I just needed the rest. So I'm back, and some interesting things has happened over the break, including this thing. My area was this close to being hit by a F1 tornado. This was something that I think was in the area, maybe a mile or two from where I was. But I think it's what it's called, a wedge tornado, and it's very scary. I knew that there was a tornado warning. Apparently it flew by the college and basically touched down briefly, but left before anything really bad happened, thankfully. Somebody was watching out, but here's some of the other damage we ended up getting. We had some fallen trees. This one happened to be a tree that ended up hitting somebody's house in Mimosa Lane. And this is part of a shed. Yeah, keep in mind there was also a severe thunderstorm warning at the same time as the tornado warning. So that was the thing that happened as well. So maybe that's responsible for some of this. And then here's another fallen tree. This, by the way, is from the Murray Ledger and Times. It's a local paper. So I just wanted to show you what we had to deal with. Anyway, thankfully, that's all it was. Was a scare, nothing more. I want to go ahead and give shout-outs to Too Slow, Too Serious TV. They had they gave me a couple of shout outs a couple times fairly recently. 10 days ago, shout out to 15, and 3 days ago, a shout out to 64. I think they recently had a charity stream where they were fighting. I think they were raising awareness for suicide and trying to fight that ongoing thing. Definitely a very worthy cause. Yeah. All right. No real way to be able to seek this to the rewrite, but we'll try anyway. Okay. We're getting ready to start things with the rewrite, in case you're wondering. This is our first of 4 games. The 4th game will be made apparent when we get to it, but let's go ahead and kick things off. I think we're close to the end of the Sam Feely hour.
Let me offer you a warm welcome to the re-ride. Tickets, please. Does that mean the arcade has just opened? Let's see how many coins you are taking out today.
It's always open whenever I choose to.
Are you new to the re-ride?
Of course
Very
not.
good.
That's
It is
why you
always
got me a
nice
name.
to be face-to-face with veteran quizzers. As you no doubt know, these are your buzzers.
Spacebar and enter a return button.
Please allow me to remind you that this is a non-profit fan project in no way associated with Jackbox Games.
Do you understand me, Jackbox?
And now it is time to begin the re-ride. See you at the bottom.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide. This episode of The Re-Ride is brought to you by Crystal Ball Basketball. Bounce into your future with every play. Ball may shatter upon first dribble. And now, please welcome a man who's played these games before you were conceived, Sam Feely.
Well, someone's a little eager to see what's waiting for them at the end of the line. Spoiler alert, you'll see your score and you'll more than likely be disappointed with your performance. Both of us walk away happy for a few minutes until the shock of reality worms its way back into your consciousness. Oh, and you didn't have to pay for this game, so buckle up, Chuckles. Well, would you look at that? It's the foreshadowing floor. Tell my wife I love her. Let's ride.
Okay.
Buzz in for the buck. You'll love to see it. Try this category. Art imitates reality, video games shape it. And right this way, please. Which of these conflicts was predicted years earlier by a video game and down to the year it happened? The 2003 U.S. invasion of Iraq, the 2008 Russo-Georgian War, the 2011 Arab Spring, or the 2012 Sony North Korea pissing contest over the interview? Can you not, and then can you continue to not? Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, released in 2001, is set during a fictional 2008 Russian invasion of Georgia, the country, not the U.S. state. In reality, Russia did end up invading Georgia, again the country, not the U.S. state, in 2008. But after watching the last few U.S. election cycles, sometimes you wonder if Russia really did invade the U.S. state of Georgia. Talk to me, kiddo. Give me perfectly average. What are we doing? Technically correct, the best kind of correct. Now, as for predictions that didn't come true, but people tried to pass off as accurate anyways, any World Series outcome you've heard as being predicted by Back to the Future Part 2 either was never actually made or ended up being wrong. But it wasn't wrong by much. Suppose I went back in time to rewrite Back to the Future Part 2 so the one World Series result it predicted reflected real life. Given the year Marty and Doc travel to, what would they see as they arrive? The Kansas City Royals spraying each other with champagne, the New York Mets carrying Terry Collins off the diamond, the Toronto Blue Jays screaming and giving out hugs, or the Texas Rangers happily slapping each other's asses?
I think...
In Back to the Future Part 2, Marty and Doc travel to the year 2015 as news breaks that the Chicago Cubs had won the World Series over a fictional team from Miami. The real-life 2015 World Series was won by the Kansas City Royals in 5 games over the New York Mets. And if Back to the Future Part 2 was set in the real 2015, the whole hoverboard chase scene would be a lot lamer, and eventually they'd all catch on fire. Biff and his crew would also be even bigger douchebags.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Vroom vroom, darling.
Alright, okay.
Alright, you know how this works. Buzz in when you see the item that links the 2 clues. And the one of you who correctly answers the final bonus question will pocket some big bucks. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, foot on the gas, punch it. Swing low, sweet blank, and blanks of fire.
Period.
Score! All along the watch, blank, and blank of babble. Jupiter's Europa, and 2009 Sam Rockwell film.
Period Tower movie.
TV game show, and Ace of Base song. DC Comics Blank League, and Justin Bieber album. Score!
Tarot cards, maybe?
Finance website The Motley Blank, and Blanks Rush In. movie Blank Race 2000, and The Grim Reaper.
Never during the string fest.
Score! Alright, shifting gears into
These are
bonus.
definitely terrible.
What do all of the correct answers have in common? Are they all Major Arcana? Holy smokes, you got the bonus!
There we go.
Cards tell me you have a bright future in this game, and you'll believe any mystic nonsense to feed your bruised ego.
Wow.
Well, you're clearly beating yourself. Rise and shine, millennials. Let's get this bright. And we call this one... I'm gonna make him an offer he can't digest. And they're off. Because they're considered symbolic harbingers of doom in the Godfather films, which Panda Express dish should Michael not order? Black pepper Angus steak, honey walnut shrimp, orange chicken, or apple pie egg rolls? Leave the gun, take the cannolis, and also your money. Characters in the Godfather movies who are seen eating, handling, or just being near oranges eventually end up getting shot, injured, or killed, like Salvatore Tessio, the heads of the other families, and 2 times to Don Corleone. Even if Michael doesn't order the orange chicken, he's doomed anyway. That Panda Express food is going to give him so much diarrhea he'll be begging to sleep with the fishes.
Wow.
Okay, how much money? Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Here's a category. This question will ruin your browser history. Showtime. Since it doesn't meet the definition of foreshadowing, which of these adult movies is not an example of prognography? The Divination and Miss Jones, A Clockwork Augury, Adam Brait and Eve, or All Aleatoric Action 7? Aleatoric refers to random chance or the lack of forewarning.
Here you go.
Oh yeah, by the way, you don't know Jack the Rewrite is rated T for teen. Hit your buzzer to set the value for the next question. Will our mystery guest enter and sign in, please? It's none of your business what I do in the shadows. Here comes the questione. What's the best way to shadow Stevens? Track the movements of his 4-star LA food truck, sneak on board the International Space Station, be first in line for his Las Vegas magic show, or hide at his announcer recording booth? Shadow Stevens is a golden-throated TV announcer who serves as the announcer for Hollywood Squares, The Price is Right, and The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson. And if you're Shadow Stevens, we'd love to have you be the announcer for this game show. You can't pay any actual money, but I got a great discount code for you on your next order on Grubhub. How much is this one worth to you? Buzz in and tell me. Gotcha. Okay, coming up. Late night television and other dying mediums. Well, that was a horrible transition. We're definitely not getting Shadow Stevens on the show now. Anyway, if you're over the age of 40 and long for the days when TV only had 4 channels, then you probably remember Johnny Carson's psychic character, Karnak the Magnificent. The bit was that he could answer questions written in sealed envelopes before he opened them.
That is
such
correct
a simpler time back in the 80s. Which of these would most likely be Karnak's divine answer to the sealed question, name a pope, a soap, and a dope? Edward VIII, Aquafresh and Walter Mondale, Sisal, Oryx and Bob Packwood, John Paul II, Zest and Gerald Ford, or Chauncey III, Equate and Dan Quayle?
I think the only of these had soap is Zest.
John Paul II served as Pope of the Catholic Church from 1978 to 2005. Zest is a brand of soap, and President Gerald Ford was, you guessed it, a dope. And just, you know, no answer that has the name Dan Quayle in it is ever the correct answer. I don't care if the question is, who was President Bush's vice president? Now, let's never speak of this again.
So it's the new Tootie, in other words.
Pick a value.
Bingo.
My life was bright, a pure delight, and open were all doors. O-M-E-N-S, 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 now I'm born divorced.
Welcome to Omens, whether you like it or not. Don't forget, buzz in when the first letter of the correct answer is lit. Snag all 5 letters and you'll snag the bonus.
Oh, that's a sweet bonus.
On your mark, get set, bang, go. Karl Orff's overdramatic classical piece. Oh, Fortuna. Turning water into wine, walking on water, etc. Do you believe in miracles? Beware the Ides of
March.
Forward March. Clairvoyant at Delphi.
Oracle, come on.
Catholic ritual that drives away evil spirits. Get behind me! Police or courtroom drawing.
It's a sketch.
Sketchy. The classical blank include water and aether. Elements. Red sky at blank, sailor's delight. Good night. Omens. That belongs to you.
Could be a little better in the first part, but...
Hey, don't let it get to your head. There's more work to be done.
Oh, I know. But at least we're off to a promising
Okay,
start.
friend. I wouldn't complain about it. Here's the category. Birds of a feather spell certain death together. We're rocking and we're rolling. Because the bird in their name is a symbolic messenger of death in Celtic mythology, which of these celebrities would have the most awkward time visiting Ireland? Russell Crowe, Robin Givens, Raven Simone, or Dan Quayle?
I know Quayle is not the correct answer. I'm going to go with Raven.
In Celtic mythology, ravens are considered messengers from the other world and that their calls could foretell someone's imminent death. Here in the US, though, the only ravens that are considered omens of death are the ones who play football in Baltimore. Hit your buzzer and let's see how much money we're playing for. And this one is...
Doesn't matter, but okay.
Infinite universes and infinite time on your hands. Take your seats, the show's about to begin. Imagine you work at NASA and you've put countless hours into a presentation on the Tommy Westphal universe hypothesis. Which of these would be the most appropriate prop to use in your presentation? A snow globe, a collection of progressive rock albums, 40 hits of acid, or the complete works of Stephen King?
Do I dare go with Snow Globe?
The Tommy Westphal universe hypothesis is the idea that almost all American television shows take place within the imagination of Tommy Westphal, the autistic boy holding the snow globe in the infamous final scene of the series finale of St. Elsewhere. Now I'm going to take this question to an audience that's a little more welcoming, like a conference room full of neckbeards at Comic-Con. Okay, buzz in and let's find out how much money the next...
All right, doable. That's doable.
All right, no more foreshadowing. You're in the now shadowing. Here's your clue. Tools of the trade. Do you want to know what your future holds? I mean, these things won't actually help you, but for the sake of time, let's just pretend they do. Have fun, Amazing Randy.
You need tarot cards. Oh, well, those are stars, aren't they? Yeah, you need dowsing rounds for that one. You need fire. Okay, those are the online quizzes. Constellations. Hebrew letters, okay. Come on, online quizzes. There you go. We nailed it. Disappointed with the score? Yeah, turns out you should have been predicting it.
Well done. Let's see how it helped your score. Wow, incredible performance. But if a player gets a high score in a trivia game and there's no one there to see it, did it ever really happen?
Oh, yeah. That works. And this concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack, the re-ride, Foreshadowing. If you like what you saw here, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment in the section below, and spread that word. This is Sick and Squeeze Gaming, and that arcade is now close. Alright, it's time to do a break. I'll be back in about 90 seconds, hopefully with a new game. Yeah, we're going to be trying to do some of these games we're a little bit behind on right now. I'm going to go by based on what I see on my YouTube channel as far as that goes, so would you stop? And could you continue to not? Anyway. Yeah. We're kind of on the Jack attack on the other one, so we're kind of twiddling our thumbs at this point. But do understand that, like I said, the goal for today is going to be knocking out some of these titles here. All right. Offline, louder, faster, funnier. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I'm going to wait to the start of my spiel, and then we're going to jump the plug here. And in case you're wondering, I may have just given you a bit of a hint as to what that last game is going to be. I didn't tell you which one, but I did tell you it was going to be a thing. All right, let's go ahead and do the break now. When I come back, we'll be knocking out a little more of the... Let me meanwhile swap over here. Yeah, I might need to get this over here. Swap away, swap away. We're getting there. Give us a hot minute. We are in the right path here. Trust me, trust me. Welcome back, everybody. Getting ready to do the second game of the night. One second. That would be you. Okay. Haha, wacky. There you go. All right. All right, off we go. Yeah, everybody's starting to look halfway decent. All right, have to go back and forth. There you go. All right, see you on the other side. Hi, Ro.
You know, in the grand scheme of things, we're all just links in this chain of life. So, I love it when we have one player. That is much less work for me. Now, time. Okay, you want a 7-question game, or you want okie dokie?
30 seconds.
Your buzzer is the letter B on your keyboard. That's B as in Babette.
20 seconds.
Yes.
20 seconds. Oh, boy. Okay. When you know an answer, buzz in. If you don't, don't. But if you buzz, you only got a few seconds to pick one of the choices or you're gonna lose cash. Follow me?
Yep.
Alrighty then.
Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
Buckle up now.
Yeah, well, don't judge my keyboard.
It's time for the
Please.
show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Hey there, my name's Cookie. You have any questions at all, please feel free to keep them to yourself. Anyway, well, looks like it's just the two of us. Okay then, it's our party and no one else is invited.
Sounds about right.
Okay, I need a category.
Don't.
For your enjoyment, Mr. Simpson, stop eating the evidence. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Hey,
Hold on, I gotta check this real quick. Is my Twitch right or nah? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just... Okay.
I
Sorry.
was watching Judge Judy the other day, and this is a quote from one of the plaintiffs.
Your Honor, the defendant has been repeatedly warned through commercials, specifically with Simpsons characters, to avoid the handling of the aforementioned product.
What product is this guy talking about? Three Musketeers, Butterfinger, Snickers, or Mr. Goodbar?
I believe that be Butterfinger.
As the commercials say, nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. Yeah, right. Everybody's all concerned about the rights of the Butterfinger. What about me? Where are my rights when I've got all that orange crap stuck in my teeth? I need a category. Open wide and get ready for Yippee-ki-yay! $1,000 at stake on this one. Okay, partner, buckle your holster and answer the following analogy. 6-shooter is to 6 bullets as salad shooter is to what? Julienne carrots, diced zucchini, minced garlic, or shredded potatoes?
I believe that be Julienne carrots. No.
Here's what you should have picked. Though it can't mince, dice, or julienne, a salad shooter can shoot out shreds and slices. But unless you're at very close range, it's no good in a gunfight. Category, please.
Yeah, we needed Tim Taylor for that one. Oh yeah, Yeah, this is gonna be weird. We're not doing
looks
pack
like
2
this
for
category
going 2
is
this
ridding
time.
the world of pesky family coffee shops. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Okay, here goes. You know about Mr. Coffee and Coffee Mate? Meet Java Man. Say Java Man heads to Starbucks. What will he most likely hear from behind the counter? Hey, no dogs allowed! Want a little taste of your competition? Something to warm up your bones? Or take of the biscotti, my lord.
I believe it's bones.
Java Man is the skeletal remains of a really, really old Homo erectus guy found in Java, Indonesia. So the Starbucks staff might ask him if he wanted something to warm up his bones.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out Java Man hocked his spine to support his grande mocha skim latte habit.
Huh.
Okay, pick a category. Okay, give it up for To Keanu and Beyond. And we got $3,000 in the pot. Just step up and take a swing at this one. Keanu Reeves plays in a band named Dog Star. Considering the name of the Dog Star, what would you most likely assume is Keanu's attitude toward the band? He's glad his band travels in a Vega. He figures it's his Saturn in a music career. He's serious about the band, or music gets his Beetlejuices flowing.
I think Dog Star is serious.
The Dog Star is serious. Of course, I hear Keanu was also serious about that Walk in the Clouds movie, so, you know, good luck with that band thing, man.
He
All
just,
right,
all he has to do is go full John Wick and everything will be just fine.
May I introduce More Reasons to Stay Home Saturday Night? You get this one right and it's $3,000. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. If you get turned down by someone for a date because you're just not their genotype, which of the following is most likely true? Your genetic makeup doesn't suit them, you're not their preferred gender, your body odor turns them off, or you're just plain ugly.
Genotype. I don't really know this one, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, maybe preferred gender?
For the curious, here's the right answer. An organism's genotype is its genetic composition. That's why I always use the line, look, baby, I'm really sorry, but it's just not going to work out until you change your genetic code. Okay, I need a category.
Dude, I figured it was a party, so I brought along a...
And I believe this one's called Right Back at You. And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Okay, get ready, because you're going to need to buzz in and type the answer to this one. What? Whew, I thought I was going to sneeze. Anyway, yeah, buzz in when you know it. Okay, you ready? Here we go. It's that word, it starts with G, and you say it when somebody... does that. What's the word? Talk to me.
You're wrong, and stay out of my purse.
Come on, don't you have any common courtesy? You could have at least offered me a tissue. I need a category.
1, 2,
3,
4, 5,
6.
Buzz!
Say hello to She Keeps Going and Going and Going. $3,000 for this one. Okay, for this one, you're going to have to choose the answer that best fills in the missing links in this sequence. Nikki Hilton, Michael Wilding, Mike Todd Jr., Eddie Fisher, blank, blank, Senator John Warner, Larry Fortensky. Is it Richard Burton, Eddie Fisher, Richard Burton, Senator John Warner, Larry Fortensky, or Mike Todd Jr., Richard Burton? Gosh darn it, I was really rooting for you.
Was it both Richard Burton's?
Bet you wish you'd pick this. This is a list of Elizabeth Taylor's husbands.
Yeah.
Liz married Richard Burton, divorced him, and then married him again.
Oh, really? Is that what happened? You know, I get so confused sometimes. I mean, would you believe I've even worn the same outfit twice?
Okay, pick a category.
Maybe we need some oranges.
Left nut kick. I'm sore.
It's time for equalization.
Gibberish time.
One gibberish category coming up. Sticking it to the mafia by going shopping. This question's gonna start out at 5,000 big ones. Now, don't get nervous, but the more time you take, the less cash you get. Hey, prick up your ears and tell me what this rhymes with. Mob cheater, new game mall.
Mob cheater, new game mall.
First clue, this is when you take from one person. You want it, you got it, type.
Here, there you go.
Rob Peter to pay Paul, otherwise known as the modern American family's budget. Category,
Sad but
please.
true.
Aloha, question number 9.
Pucker up for. This one takes
Okay, that one I've heard of before.
$2,000 for a correct answer. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. Filmmaker George Romero is known for directing a series of zombie movies. If he were to make another, what would be the most appropriate title? Return of the Living Dead, Lunch Counter of the Living Dead, Touring with the Living Dead, or Early Evening of the Living Dead?
I think that'd be early evening.
The first three were Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead, so Early Evening fits right in there. If you ever gets to mid-morning coffee and donut break of the dead, it's time to start a new series.
Well, it's probably past time to start anyway.
All right, hit me.
Semper ubi sub ubi.
Coming at you, lady, you boot me up. $1,000 if you get it. Let's rock. What would be the best title for a song about the short-lived Commodore computer sung by the Commodores? 2 times a lady, 16 times a lady, 64 times a lady, or 2,600 times a lady?
I think it's 64.
The machine is called the Commodore 64. With richly detailed 16-color graphics, and it moves faster than a Lionel Richie ballad. Okay, either you finished
Well,
round
that's
one,
not
or
exactly,
you have another round to go. You know, depending on how
giving
you
it-
look at
that's
this.
not exactly helping
Every
matters too
question
much.
in round 2 is worth twice as much, so we got some
Narrowing
serious
it
cash
down.
at stake here. Let's get to it. Okay, pick a category.
Hey, honey, how many eggs do we have?
We got 12! 11! This one likes to go by, you're drunk, aren't you? 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Alrighty, get ready to buzz in and type when you answer me this. What's the 9th letter from the end of the alphabet?
CYXWVUTSR.
Go for it! R is the 9th letter from the end of the alphabet. R is also a very sexy letter. It has that roundish part on the top and that little leg-like part and a nice stiff back. S gets all the attention, but it's R, baby. R is the hottest letter of the alphabet.
Okay, Cookie, you need to calm down.
I need a category.
You're being too loud.
This little number's known as pants! My beautiful pants! How does $2,000 sound? All right, it's time to break out your white trousers. I know you have a pair. Then you've got to finish this sequence. White pants, slipping, blank, grass stain. And fill in the missing link with one of the following. Chloride, chloroform, chlorophyll, or chloral hydrate.
Chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll is the green pigment in grass. Of course, if you didn't slip in the grass, then that stain really is something to worry about.
True.
All right, hit me. The selection is Tips for the Insult Challenged. This one can net you $6,000. Let's see how you handle this one. If you have no proprioception, which of the following will you most likely hear? A blind man could see better than you. You'd lose a battle of the wits with a rock. You couldn't find your ass with both hands. Or are you mute or just really boring?
Proprioception. I have no clue, to be honest with you.
See, now, I could have given you some cash if you picked this.
Huh.
Proprioception is the ability to know where each part of your body is in relation to the rest of you. So not only will people constantly insult you, you won't have enough coordination to beat them up. Gee, that's rough. Spaz. Category, please. Let's see what we got going. He's a card, and he needs to be dealt with. Think you can handle $6,001 bills? Flex those fingers, because here it comes. If a bouncer is carding people at the door, but he's not checking IDs, what is he doing? Punching people, combing people, washing people, or dyeing people? Or Soylent Green his people? I'm just kidding about that.
Carding? What do you do when you card somebody?
In case you're wondering, carding is the process of using a machine to disentangle fibers. But watch out if the bouncer wants to give you the old French braid. Okay, I need a category. This category is known as switch hitting for the harem. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Heads up, here it comes. Say Babe Ruth went to the Middle East to coach a baseball team. Considering Babe's famous nickname, how might he have been introduced to the team's owner? Sheik meet the Salim of 714?
It's obviously 3.
Babe Ruth was nicknamed the Sultan of SWAT. But of course, by the time Babe left the Middle East, he was known widely as the Falafel King. Okay, pick a category. Hey, all right. Guess what you just picked? It's time to play Dis or Dat. The category for this Dis or Dat question is tall tales or big fat lies. Now, I'm going to read off 7 names, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a fictional character or a real person. As each one comes up, if it's just a fictional character, press 1. If it's a real person, press 2. And press 4.
So is it real or is it fake?
I give you $1,000 for a
Surely
right
I could do
answer,
okay?
and you lose $1,000 if you get it wrong or if you don't get to it at all. All right, let's put 30 seconds on the clock. And we're off. Paul Bunyan, fictional or real? Rip Van Winkle. Johnny Appleseed. Calamity Jane. Pecos Bill. Daniel Boone. One more, Lizzie Borden. That's all.
Easy peasy.
Oh yes, you rock. Check it out. Enjoy your moment. Okay, that's enough. Let's move on. I need a category. Now serving TV for dinners. $2,000 says you don't know this one. You know, I think it's great they've got that new cable channel specifically for animals. You know, Animal Planet. It's about time animals had a say in what kind of programming they want to watch. Which cartoon character would most likely make an aardvark's mouth water?
That would be ants.
Aardvarks eat ants. And they've also been known to ingest the occasional Smurf.
That explains what happened to him.
All right, hit me. And this one is, do you live under a rock cat? You get 4,000 clams for this one. Okay, imagine this. Budget cuts have hit the rock cats and they need to trim their ranks. If they still want to have 100 legs kicking but can only afford 10 rock cats, whom should they hire? Ants, horses, spiders, or crabs?
Horses have 4 legs. I think they got 4. Spiders have 8. So ants?
Girls, keep kicking!
I stepped on Jackie!
Should have picked this. Crabs have 5 pairs of legs, or 10
Really?
total. And I'm here to tell you there's nothing better than the legs of a rock cat drenched in warm butter. Category, please. The category? This question is for high school graduates only. One right answer and $6,000 head your way. Hey, smarty pants, I know you look down on people with GEDs just because you spent your teen years shackled to a desk and bored out of your skull. I have only one question for you, brainiac. What does GED stand for? General Equivalence Degree, Government Employment Degree, General Educational Development, or Graduation Equivalence Diploma?
I think it's General Equivalence Degree.
Can't fake it like in high school, huh?
It's 4,
Let's
isn't it?
take a look at the right answer. And now that you've blown this
3.
question, we're going to have to take back your diploma. Sorry.
I don't think so.
Okay, I need a category.
Lordy, lordy, look who's 40. That doesn't rhyme.
Shake hands with. Lonely is the hunter. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Put it in gear, cause here we go. Suppose TV's Hunter invites his partner Dee Dee over for a romantic dinner. Because the dish's name translates to hunters, what would be the most appropriate meal for him to serve? Chicken cacciatore, pasta primavera, eggplant parmigiana, or pork fritters?
I'm going to say Primavera.
No, in Italian, primavera means spring.
Excuse me, Dee Dee.
Hey, got a minute? Take a look at a right answer. Cacciatore means hunter in Italian, so chicken cacciatore means hunters or hunter style. I wonder if it'll be boneless. The chicken, not the date. I need a category.
Let's wrap things up with that Jack Attack. Hopefully we do good here.
You're about to embark on the attack. Hit your buzzer when you see 2 words on the screen that match. $2,000 if you're right, 2,000 off if you're wrong. It's not so hard as long as you remember this.
Remember the clue.
It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Who are you? Who are you? Jeez, that's kind of redundant and repetitive. Anyway, hope you do well. And also, good luck to you.
Duran? So the same thing twice, pretty much. Mr. The Go-Go's. Lisa. Wow. Tom.
Very nicely played. Let's see how you affected your final score. That's the game. Player, I couldn't have done a better job myself. But then, I wasn't playing by myself, was I? But seriously, player, and I don't say this to just everybody.
You don't know Jack!
Hey, if you enjoyed that game, there's plenty more where that came from. Let me know if you want to go again.
Yeah, didn't make the high score.
165. I'm a better father.
And that concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack Offline. If you like what you saw here, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment in the section below, and spread that word. This is Sick and Squeeze Gaming, and that arcade is now closed. Okay, if we get to Twitter or thumbs, we're waiting on the Jack Attack for the game on Twitch. As per usual, we're a little bit behind there than we are here. So, yeah. Just a heads up, the next game will probably be Louder, Faster, Funnier. Hopefully we get that correct and don't upset somebody. That is usually what those people watch. All right. Kind of a thin crowd to find somebody to raid. Hopefully somebody shows up before 2 games from now. Else we might just shut down and call it good. Because I do kind of prefer somebody that speaks the English language. Hey, how's it going? How do you dab? Yeah, I see. I saw that actually. And I did get that. Sorry, I didn't see anything. Okay. Okay. No problem, Howdy Dab. We'll see you later. And I will go ahead and start things off. Take a quick break for that second game here. All right, now we gotta find the next game, which is gonna be... No. We can close you. Oh, I think I know what's wrong. I gotta open this up, unfortunately. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. We're back. Okay, I didn't know that we'd be back so quickly. It's my fault. But Here we go. Okay.
Hello, hello. So how many people do we have playing the game? Wake up! How many people are playing the game?
I am trying to get to you.
Oh, jeez. Mavis! I got nothing!
Let's try this again. Bye.
Can we get some... We're playing solo, huh? Alright then, let's have a name.
There you go.
Okay, do me a big favor and pick
Foods,
which episode
random acts of kindness, smoke, trivia explosion. We'll do marriage.
30 seconds.
You have the letter B as your buzzer. That's B as in booty.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. All right. When you know an answer, buzz in. After you buzz in, you've got a few seconds to pick one of the choices, or you're going to lose cash. Is that right?
Duly
See you on the
noted.
flip side.
Oh my god, I gotta look and see now. I mean, did I at least get... Yep, I got it. Okay, we're solid. Trust the system, don't trust this. Got it.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Welcome to our special marriage episode. This one's dedicated to all those young, happy couples out there who are just finding each other's special ticklish places. Stop it! Come on, I gotta work. Excuse me.
Okay, Schmitty. You need to be
All right,
calm.
I need a
You
category.
need to calm down. You're being too loud.
May I introduce single white female seeks Supreme Court judge for hot sex. I got $2,000, says you don't know this one. Pencils ready. Let's do it. Considering the landmark Supreme Court decision made in 1968, what personal ad might have been in a Virginia newspaper from that year? Single white male seeks single white male for marriage. Single white male seeks two single white females for marriage. Single black female seeks single white female for marriage. Or single white male seeks single black female for
I
marriage.
believe that'd be number 4.
In Loving versus Virginia, the Supreme Court ruled that Virginia and every other state that still had anti-interracial marriage laws must allow marriages between races. But it wasn't a total victory for the human race. Virginians were still allowed to marry their siblings. Give me a category.
Question alert. Question alert.
All right, give it up for Speak Now or Forever Hold Your Groove Thing. You get it right, you get 2K. Okay, this is a fill-in-the-blank question, so get ready to type. So remember the Village People? Man, those macho man lady killers really had it all, huh? Hey, you know, I don't think they ever got hitched. Too busy womanizing, I guess. But they could still write a new song about weddings, right? Well then. You know the song YMCA, but if the Village People were to sing another acronym song based on the response cards for wedding invitations, what would the tune be called? Just buzz in and type it. All right, type the answer.
RSVP.
Young man, you're invited to come. I said young man, mail the card in, you scum. That's right, I'm talking about RSVP, people. But for all you ladies out there, don't you get discouraged. That invitation isn't because any of the Village People are getting married. Oh no, those boys are all still up for grabs. Can you believe it? Category, please. Today's specialties include the sanctity of playground games. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. Get the wax out of your ears, it's question time. Imagine you're at a Jewish wedding for the first time. Given how many Orthodox wedding ceremonies begin, what game might you think the bride is playing? Bring around the Rosie, rock, paper, scissors, hide and seek, or Red Rover?
I have no clue, to be honest with you.
Could have given you some cash if you picked this one.
Read
In
around the
Orthodox
Rosie.
customs, the bride circles the groom 7 times, called the 7 wedding blessings, before she stands to the right of her man. We are gathered here today to join this man and this woman. John, please take a step closer to me. Okay, a little closer. Okay, and freeze, you're it! All right, pick a category. Shake hands with who threw the rice cake that knocked out the bride. I'm gonna give away $3,000 this time. So they tell me it's supposed to be bad for the environment to throw rice at the bride and groom. Well, suppose instead of throwing rice at the bride and groom, people throw a drink made from rice. With which alcoholic beverage will the happy couple probably be soaked? Sake, vodka, rum, or whiskey?
That would be sake.
Sake is made from fermented rice. Ah, yes. Soaked in alcohol and ready to fire up that Chevy Nova with the tin cans tied to the fender.
Honey, I love you.
Well, that went out to a bit. That was as
Throw me a
expected.
category. Yeah, chest strut fits dime.
Gibberish
more.
question time.
It's time for a Flip for Dish Mess Fun.
Let's see if you can make some sense out of this gibberish category. All the cool cars are doing it, so why don't we? I'm gonna open the value of this gibberish question at $5,000. Now, as soon as you know the answer, you buzz in and start typing, because I'm gonna take away some of that cash every second and a half. Okay, check out this phrase and tell me what it rhymes with. Stalled
craze denied,
Glade
glade
lever
lever
applied.
applied.
Don't worry about that punctuation, all right? First clue, it's about a woman who's in weddings a lot. Multiple. Let's see what you got. Start typing.
Oh, never a bride.
But hey, if you like pastel dresses with puffs in weird places and standing next
I got the
to a
important
woman
words
everyone
right.
keeps
Who
saying
cares?
is beautiful, then hey, I want to be a bridesmaid. Time to pick a category.
This must be the favorite part of one Schmitty. The Hokey Pokey.
Let's take a look at Okie Dokie. It's the Hokey Pokey, Smokey. Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. Hey, it's time to do the Hokey Pokey. You put your gallbladder in, you put your gallbladder out. You put your gallbladder in and you shake it all about. Oh, easy. Hey, what are you going to spray all over everyone? Bile, lymphatic enzymes, gray matter, or sebum?
I think that'd be bile.
Bile is a greenish fluid secreted by and stored in the gallbladder. Yeah, just think of the laughs the bride and groom will get as they watch the video later, with your sticky bile splashing all over her dress. Now there's a story for the grandkids. Category, please. We're calling this one Bras of the 90s. Lift, separate, discuss. $1,000 at stake on this one. You know, there's no better way to ensure an exciting honeymoon than purchasing some new underwear. Okay, there's a few other ways, but for the sake of argument. Suppose instead of a brassiere, the groom mistakenly buys his new wife a brazier. What will the beautiful bride most likely find in her cups? A Hindu priest, a Brazilian farmer, a brass worker, or a guy who likes his turkey moist? A brazier works with brass. Hello, sweet wife.
Hello, big boy.
Hey, you guys, I'm just finishing up. Don't mind me. Give me a category.
Honesty may not be the best policy.
For your enjoyment, honesty is the best policy. And other common errors. We're talking 6K here, so pay attention. Put your head between your knees, because we're going down. If a man doesn't want his fiancée to know he's hired a stripper for his bachelor party, what's the most honest thing he can say to her? I believe a nuncio will be present. I'm looking forward to the symposium. We've hired an ecdesiast, or there will be cake and mimosas. Okay,
Nope.
now here's a good
I have no
answer.
clue.
Ecdesiast is another word for lap dancer, hoochie coochie mama, exhibitionist for hire, striptease artist, and just so there's no confusion, stripper. Boy, and that fiancé is a lucky woman, huh? To be marrying a guy who obviously has such a huge dictionary. All right, pick a category.
It's time for a question again.
Well, what do we have here? I want a diamond the size of a jalapeno popper. How does $4,000 grab you? Eyes forward, we're going. Imagine someone is only interested in marrying rich. Yeah, right, like that's realistic. Considering which city has the highest per capita income in the United States, which singles bar should the money grubber hit? The TGI Fridays in Seattle, Washington, the Hard Rock Cafe in Juneau, Alaska, the Meet and Greet in McAllen, Texas, or the Chili's in San Francisco, California?
I think it would probably be McAllen, Texas. Oh wait, no, it could be Chili's. Crap.
Should have picked this one. San
It is
Francisco
Chili's.
has the highest per capita income of any city in these United States. Of course, if they decide to live in San Francisco, they'll have to get used to paying $12 for a gallon of milk.
Not much different
All right,
than now.
into the category. All right, don't freak out at me or nothing, but you're about to jump head first into a dis or dat. This dis or dat's category name is paying the bills, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm gonna read off 7 phrases, and for each one, I want you to tell me if it's a type of mortgage or a sexual position from the Kama Sutra. Yeah. Now, as each phrase appears, if it's a type of mortgage, press 1. If it's a sexual position, press 2, and press 4 if you want to skip it. Each correct answer, you're gonna get $1,000, and I'll take away 1,000 for every wrong answer or for those that you didn't get to. Okay, can I get 30 seconds on the clock? Let the games begin. Growing equity mortgages.
That's a mortgage.
Widely open. Wrap around.
Mortgage.
Half pressed.
That's probably that.
Shared appreciation. Lotus-like. Balloon. Back to the one you skipped. Widely open. That's all she wrote. You
That
got
was
6 out of
Kama
7 right.
Sutra.
That's nothing to
Okay.
shake a stick at. Let's look at your score. Okay, you feel good? You feel strong? Let's try some more. Throw me a category.
Tra-la-la, tra-la-lee. Here's a question for you.
For your viewing pleasure, it's not over till the fat lady catches the bouquet. 4K coming your way for a right answer. Yes, it's our marriage episode, and what wedding would be complete without some music? You know, like Pachelbel's Canon in D. You know, I'd rather put my eyes out with a boutonniere pin than listen to that song again. But anyway, if for your wedding you request the same music that played during the marriage of Figaro, whose music will play while you walk down the aisle? Mozart's, Bach's, Wagner's, or Beethoven's?
That would probably be Mozart.
The Marriage of Figaro is an opera composed by Mozart. Just make sure you take teeny tiny steps down the aisle
Thank
so that
you,
your
Bugs
guests
Bunny.
can enjoy the entire 3-hour piece. Time to pick a category. Let's see what we got going. A wedding is a giant loser magnet. How does $2,000 sound? Okay, take a look at this analogy and see if you can complete this sucker. Desperate single women is to bouquet as desperate single men is to ring, cake, shaving cream, or garter.
That'd be garter.
At the reception, the bride tosses her bouquet to clawing, scrambling single women, and the groom throws the bride's garter to punching, elbow-throwing single men. Then the woman goes home and cries a vase full of tears for the flowers, and then there's the man who takes the garter home and, well, let's keep it clean.
Yeah, please.
Give me a category. Here we have I do. Now for my interpretive dance. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. Okay, if you really want to make your wedding a little more personal, you can always write your own vows. For instance, check out these vows right here. My dear, I love you despite you being divorced, American, and having a man's name. But now I'm out of a damn fine job. I hope I don't have to start paying taxes. Well, love you. All right, who might have written these vows? John Major, Edward VIII, Henry VIII, or John Lennon?
That'd be Edward VIII.
Way back in 1937, Edward VIII gave up the British throne to marry an American divorcee, Wallis Simpson. Which, when you think about it, gives a whole new meaning to the quote, a horse, my kingdom for a horse.
That's the best you can do.
Category. Let's have a big warm welcome for a chiseled rear end. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. So, we all know that commandment, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, right? Well then, according to the 10 Commandments, what else shall you not covet? Your neighbor's rump, your neighbor's ass, your neighbor's butt, or your neighbor's booty. According to the 10th commandment, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his manservant, or his maidservant, or his ox, or his ass. However, it doesn't say anything about coveting your neighbor's wife's ass. Well, you've made it to the Jack Attack.
Yes, we
Here's
did.
the deal. If you see two words that go together, buzz in and you get $2,000. If you buzz in when they don't go together, you can say goodbye to $2,000. Here's the fun part. Remember the clue. The words only match if they fit this clue. Before you say, I do, my advice, make sure you at least recognize the person standing next to you. Good luck.
To hold. Forward. Or for worse. Or poorer. In health. To cherish. Do us part. I know my weddings, thank you.
Sweet mercy, you're like some kind of machine! Let's check out your score! That's the game! Wow, that was an exciting game. It was a real thrill. You were the best player we've had by far. Now do me a favor, will you? Look to your left, now look to your
I
right.
don't think
now
so,
repeat
dude.
after me.
You don't know Jack!
I thought about holding the door open for her, but when I looked down at my bracelet,
Congratulations, player. I applaud you.
So
Okay, it
I
doesn't
slammed the door
sound that impressive, but
and
it's
bit the heads off
sincere.
all the lab rats.
You want to play another
We'll
game?
take it.
Just let me know. If you want to save this as a favorite, press F.
Bunny rabbit.
Alright, this concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack. Louder, Faster, Funnier Marriage. If you like what you saw here, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment in the section below, and spread the word. This is Sick and Squeeze Gaming, and that arcade is now closed. Alright, looks like we're waiting on the Jack Attack, but I can give you a hint as to the last game. Alright, let me see here, may have to do this. Here's a hint. Alright, that's enough of a hint. Meanwhile, we're kind of twiddling our thumbs for that Jack Attack. Like I said, we're a little bit behind on... we're a little bit behind on the Twitch version of it, but... I'm kind of excited about this one, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a good game, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. Alright, quick look at the people on checkbox. Yeah, not exactly looking promising. It seems like we've added a couple. You never know what's going to happen, though. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but, well... I'm trying to get Twitch to catch up with the actual stream, and it's a challenge. All right, sounds good. We're ready. We'll go ahead and start the break now. I just got to remember that we're a little bit behind. But we are still around. And in case you're wondering, that fourth and last game is going to be... All right. All right, welcome back. It looks like, all right, welcome back, everybody. It's time for the final game of the night. No, not that one. Anyway, yes, we got ourselves one final game, one that hopefully will get everyone excited.
Dummy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and let's use this one that we found fairly recently, and I think we need to use as much as possible.
Answer your phone! Hey! Hey! Answer your phone!
Anyway, let's get things going here. Yeah. It's Berserk Revived. This is a British project that have done like a lot of different things. Among other things, they've done Acrophobia, the Netshows. There's a couple other games that they've done, but I'm going to concentrate on the Netshows for this, for the purposes of this our stream. And I'm going to have to Google and see how they've been doing it, because I, for some reason, can't seem to do it on my channel. So I guess the exclusive is going to be non-exclusive now. That's nice. Sorry it's taking so long here, but I don't seem to be able to get this. If I can't, then I'll try to Google how to do it for next time. Yeah, this ain't doing it. Nope. Okay. We're going to have to pull the plug here. Well, the idea was good. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the execution's good enough for me. Let's just pick a game on... a random game on... Steam to round things up here. Okay, quick look. I guess we'll do TV. Much as I wanted to show you the Netshow, it does not look like I can solve how to do it, at least this episode. I apologize. So we'll do TV instead. No exclusive. I'll have to edit that out, I guess. Sorry, guys. And everybody. I really wanted to show this to you. It would have been incredible. And give me a second, I'll get my face back up here. There you go. And off we go, I guess. All right, let's do it.
60 seconds.
Yeah, Mavis.
Give me a quick mic check. Do a little something in there.
How's that?
No, I mean talking to it, hon. Remember?
Oh, I'm sorry.
If Scott Baio...
Alrighty, talk to me, contestants. How many people
roll.
are playing?
Just
okay,
the one.
Super, one player. Go ahead and type in your name.
Yeah, I mean, Schmitty is a pretty hep cat.
Oh, yeah. Do you want a 7-question tournament length game or a full 21-question full game?
21.
Alrighty then.
30 seconds.
You have the letter B as your buzzer. That's B as in Bridges of Madison County.
Why don't we get Dick...
Why wouldn't you pick something that actually had a TV name like Brother or something?
Save the contestant. 20. Hey, when a question pops up, you gotta buzz in. Then you pick your answer on the screen and hit the right number on the keyboard, all right? Follow me? It's real easy.
10 seconds.
All right, hey,
9,
good luck out there.
8,
So we're trying to
7,
show here.
All right,
6,
lose the desktop, please.
4,
Go to black.
3.
So keep an eye on your local birth announcements and hop on the Black Market Baby Roadshow tour in a city near you.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Yeah, welcome to You Don't Know Jack TV, my friend. Just me and you tonight? How nice for us. What do you say you squeeze in nice and close? We'll take the phone off the hook. Maybe I'll even rub your feet later. Hey, you're playing by yourself this time. All right, make the most of what you got. That's what I always say. All right, here we go. All right, pick a category.
And now climbing up the charts all the way to number 1.
Let's take a look at, weren't you a bit hard on the beaver's hearing? You give me a right answer, I'll give you $3,000. All right, imagine this. While at a Spinal Tap concert, Wally Cleaver has a flashback to the Leave It to Beaver pilot episode. Based upon the casting of the pilot, what tripped-out observation would Wally make?
Whoa, the bassist is Eddie Haskell. Zoinks, the guitarist is Beaver. Cool, my mom is on the organ.
Or,
hey, the drummer is my dad.
I have no clue, to be honest with you.
should have picked this one. The guy who played an Eddie Haskell-like character in the original pilot of Leave It to Beaver was Harry Shearer, the guy who played Derek Smalls, the bass player for Spinal Tap. And coincidentally, the cucumber in Derek's pants played Lumpy. Give me a category.
I did not know that.
The category is The Excuse Files. Get this one right, you get $1,000. Hey, you remember all those great excuses you came up with in grade school to explain why you didn't do your homework? Well, some of us still do that to get out of work. During the second season of The X-Files, which lame excuse could Agent Mulder have given for his partner Scully's absence from work? Her grandmother was sick, a dog ate her, she was abducted by aliens, or she was possessed by the devil.
Probably, sick grandmother?
Oh, no TV for you this week. What do you say we check out the right answer? At the end of one of the seasons, Scully is actually abducted by aliens, and we don't see her for a while.
Yeah, sure, Mulder. And now I suppose she can't come to work because she has brain cancer.
I'm telling you, I swear to God.
Hold on. Just hearing things, I suppose. Sorry, folks. Thought somebody was at the door, but apparently I was just hearing things.
Throw me a category.
We're losing him, Doctor.
On my count. 1, 2, 3. Never mind.
This category is known as I've Seen the Future of Dating. You get it right, you get $2,000. Let's see how you handle this one. Say Maya from Space 1999 goes on the dating game to find a boyfriend. Considering their common unique ability, which bachelor should Maya pick? Bachelor number 1, Captain Marvel. Bachelor number 2, Manimal. Bachelor number 3, Viper. Or Jim Lang, the host.
I think Manimal.
Both Maya from Space 1999 and Jonathan Chase from Manimal can change into animals. So after their date, when they tell you they were running like crazed weasels, it's probably true.
That tracks.
All right, I need a category.
Spotless window, shining floor, do it all with number 4.
And our special guest tonight, anagrams. You're looking at $3,000 on this one. See what you can do with this one. Which of the following phrases is not an anagram created from the letters found in the name of that enigmatic Brady housekeeper, Alice Nelson? And because I know you love a challenge, saline clone, nose cleaner, cleanse loin, or linen solace. No, you can make saline clone, just like the saline clone of Marcia that Greg keeps up in the attic. Remember that episode? The correct answer is, try as you might, you ain't gonna make the phrase nose cleaner out of Alice Nelson. Of course, there was that episode where Cindy got the sniffles and got snots all over Alice's apron. Okay, I made that up. Time to pick a category. Well, I hope you're all rested up, because you're about to take on a Dis or Dat.
Early Dis or Dat.
And this Dis or Dat questions category is, it all happened before Anthony Michael Hall. Okay, I'm going to read off the names of 7 comedians, and for each one, I want you to tell me if they were a regular on Saturday Night Live, on SCTV, or both. As each one comes up,
I think Martin Short would be both, for example.
If it's an SCTV alum, press 2. If it's both, press 3. And slap 4 if you want to skip it. I'll give you $500 for each right answer, and you lose $500 for a wrong answer or one
Will
you don't
Eugene Levy end up showing up here?
All right, I'm putting 30 seconds on the clock. Let the games begin. Martin Short, SNL.
You're in both.
John Candy.
You're STV.
Dan Aykroyd.
SNL.
Robin Duke.
SNL.
Rick Moranis.
You're SCTV.
Eugene Levy.
SCTV.
One more. Gilda Radner.
SNL.
That'd be 7. I hope you don't think it's going to be this easy every time, okay? Let's look at your new score.
All right, let's see if we can continue to boost that score up a little bit.
Category, please.
Tonight's topic, 6 in the workplace.
Let's have a big warm welcome for Munster Masquerade. We're playing for $3,000 this time. All right, give me your best shot. If Grandpa and Herman Munster go to a Halloween party disguised as the characters the actors played while on an earlier show together, how would they be dressed? As ugly secret agents? As ugly police officers? As ugly game show hosts?
They were in Car 54, Where Are You?
Actors Al Lewis and Fred Gwynn originally played police officers on Car 54, Where Are You? Of course, they'd have to get their Halloween outfits at the Big, Tall, and Ugly costume shop. Throw me a category.
Question 7 is dedicated
This might be
to the men
important
and women of
for Corey
trivia.
there.
Well, what do we have here? The importance of expiration dates. You get it right, I'm putting you up $2,000. One question coming right up. If you use 2 slices of Wonder Bread that were made in the year that serves as the initial setting of the Wonder Years, what kind of sandwich could you make? A 10-year-old ham sandwich, a 20-year-old turkey sandwich, a 30-year-old peanut butter sandwich, or a 40-year-old tuna sandwich?
I think this probably was 30 years.
The Wonder Years is initially set in 1968, so that bread would be about, 30 years old. And nothing says 1968 more than a peanut butter sandwich made with psychedelic green bread. All
Just don't eat it.
Join us as we explore the fascinating world of 8.
Coming at you, a streetcar named what? Let's see what you'll do for $1,000. Here's the question. Because they have the same last name, which of the following TV characters would be a natural for the role of Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire? Valerie, Matlock, Flo, or Benson?
Actually, I think it'd be Benson Dubois.
Benson's last name is Dubois. Yeah, Benson has always depended on the kindness of stupid bosses. Give me a
And
category.
coming up with great snark on it.
We fill your tank and check your number 9.
All right. right, give it up for In Search of a Better Haircut. You get this one right, you get 3,000 greenbacks. All right, let's just admit it. Leonard Nimoy is hopelessly typecast as Mr. Spock. So, say Mr. Spock were the host of In Search of. Based on the series episodes, which of these places would the Starship Enterprise not go in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock? The Yeti's Mountain, Casanova's Prison, a field containing crop circles, or Loch Ness?
I don't know.
Here's the one you didn't pick. Crop circles didn't become infamous till after In Search of had run its course. Although if you ask me, Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, that's where you get those crop circles. Uh-huh. Category, please.
Okay.
The following is a test of question 10. This is only a test.
The category, roping, throwing, learning, and growing. You get it right, I'm giving you $1,000. So you think you know your 80s sitcoms about unorthodox families, yeah? Well, get a load of this one. Imagine a Western-flavored sitcom starring Dan Blocker as the unmarried father figure of a family. Given Blocker's most famous character, what would be the best title for this series? Paladin Charge, Who's the Hoss? My Three Bat Mastersons, or My Two Yates?
Who's the Hoss?
Dan Blocker was the middle Cartwright son on Bonanza. Hoss, if you're nasty. Yeah, Hoss may cook and clean, but his solution to every behavioral problem involves a rope. Oh, when will he learn? A rope should be a reward, not a punishment. That does it for round one. Let's move on to round two. Don't forget, everything in round two is worth double, so heads up. Time to pick a category.
11, come on, girl. Good question.
This one's called Raymond Burr Sings. I'll give you 4,000 clams for this bad boy. Hope you're hungry. It's question time. Say you wrote a musical version of Perry Mason. Which of these songs' titles would best describe the number of cases Mason lost in the original run of the show? 1, T for 2, 3 Times a Lady, or For Your Eyes Only?
I think he lost twice.
This is going down on your permanent record.
Oh, just once?
You want to see what the smart money says? Perry Mason only lost one case during the show's original run, and that was because a woman refused to reveal evidence that would have gotten her off. And he never wrote a book or went on a talk show about it, which just goes to show you, Perry Mason is a stupid lawyer. All right, I need a category. For your enjoyment, who shot Tom Landry? $2,000 for a correct answer. Hey kids, it's howdy doody time. If the cast from Dallas were to play for the Dallas Cowboys, which of the following would you not see? Charlene Tilton playing tight end, Lee Majors playing quarterback, Linda Gray playing wide receiver, or Larry Hagman playing safety?
That'd be Lee Majors.
Lee Majors was not on Dallas, but he was on The $6 Million Man. So how would you feel about getting $6 million? Well, I hope you don't feel too good about it, because, my friend, it ain't gonna happen. Yep, the host giveth, the host taketh away. Hey, you still won. What the hell do you want?
Wow. Canceled, Schmitty. Canceled.
Flash, we interrupt this game to bring you a special question.
We're calling this one, we're just looking for a few good sports. We're talking 6K here, so pay attention. Hey, you know how the armed forces are always looking to implement cutting-edge technology? Well, if the U.S. Army and Navy decided to implement the technical innovation first used during the telecast of their 1963 college football game, what would you expect to see? Telestrated flanking maneuvers, all generals mic'd in the field, colorized night scope vision, or instant replays of smart bombs landing.
Instant replays?
Sports instant replays were first used during the 63 Army-Navy football game.
There you go.
Now, if the military could figure out how to make Dick Vitale shut the hell up, that would be an impressive technical accomplishment.
Actually, Vitale, I kind of like him.
Hey, stress cut with lime sword.
Gibberish questions.
Take a look at this gibberish category. I got a hunch it's gonna rain. Let's see how much of $10,000 you can win on this gibberish question. Now check this out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. Okay, buzz in and tell me, what phrase does this rhyme with?
What phrase?
Next door,
toe smell, wrist stings.
And don't get fooled by all those commas.
Pick for dough.
First clue, it's what you're told to do. Hey, no one tells me what to do. You got that? It's what you're told to do to see when a show is on in your area. Come on, start typing. Check your local listings. Look, pal, I don't watch TV to do research, okay? I do it so I can sit on my fat ass and veg out. Now you tell me when the hell Xena comes on, or I'm gonna get really upset.
I have bad news for you.
All right, pick a category.
The thrill of answering. The agony of 15.
Let's see what we got going. Birds of a feather get good ratings. You get a right answer, you're walking away with $4 grand. All right, this is going to be a fill in the blank, so when you think you know the answer, you hit your buzzer and start typing. Suppose the classical composer Rossini were alive today and composing music for cartoons. Rossini's Thieving Magpie could be the theme for which famous cartoon pair of magpies? It's all yours. Tonight, wrong answers and the players who love them. Too bad you didn't type this. Heckle and Jekyll are the lovable, wacky magpies. But I don't know if Thieving Magpie is the best theme for them. I mean, as far as I remember, the charges were dropped, yeah? Category, please. I believe this one is called Apartments in Bad Neighborhoods. How does $4,000 grab you? Okay, apartment hunting, total drag. Who's with me? You gotta sift through so much crap to find anything halfway decent. Here, check out this freaked out ad I found the other day. Tired of living in the sunlit world of what you believe to be reality? Need something unseen by most? Come check out our Underworld, a place just as real but not as brightly lit. In which show would you most likely find this apartment? The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits, Tales from the Dark Side, or Dark Room? I could have given you some cash if you picked this one. That's the opening sequence to Tales from the Dark Side. And hey, if this apartment actually does sound attractive to you, you might want to consider living in my underpants. All right, I need a category.
I think you deserve this category now.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
May I introduce Eek! 4K coming your way for a right answer. Eyes forward, we're going. If your house were infested with the smallest of the kid performers on the Mickey Mouse Club show, what kind of traps would you set out? Musketeer traps, Meesketeer traps, Miceketeer traps, or Musketeer traps? Does this ring a bell? The smallest kids on the Mickey Mouse Club show are called Meesketeers. And my exterminator told me that if you see one Meesketeer, you probably got a couple dozen hiding in the baseboards. Time to pick a category.
You know what? You're playing great. I'll stop bugging you now. You know what? Actually, just one more question. Question 18.
Here we have, tell me about your mother. One right answer and you got $6,000 coming at you. Heads up, here it comes. Judging by the name of the cafe Fraser and Niles Crane frequent, with which of the following might you expect them to help the owner? Manic depression, obsessive-compulsive disorder, anorexia nervosa, or schizophrenia?
I believe that'd be the Nervosa.
Fraser and Niles hang out at the Cafe Nervosa. After a couple of drinks there, most people head over to the Cafe Bulimia to chat and purge. Throw me a category.
Minty cool, minty fresh 19.
For your viewing pleasure, I can't name one show of hers. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Okay, help me out on this one. I need you to type in the name of this woman I'm trying to remember. What is her name? She's in one of those commercials where she's always got this wry, smug remark or witty reply to say. These commercials made her really well known in the late 70s. That guy from the Rockford Files was in them too, and everyone thought they were really married. The commercials were for that one-step camera, that instant Polaroid one. What was that woman's name? Yeah, the woman who did those Polaroid commercials with James Garner in the 70s is Mariette Hartley.
There you go.
And for some reason, I can't think of a wry, smug remark. So, let's move on.
Speechless.
All right, pick a category.
Question 20 now concludes its broadcast day.
Open wide and get ready for The World Don't Move to the beat of just one show. If you know this one, you're getting $4,000. Hey, you remember the Gary Coleman show? No, not Different Strokes, but the 80s cartoon about Gary Coleman. Given Gary Coleman's character on the Gary Coleman show, what might confused viewers think happened to Arnold from Different Strokes? Would they think he died and went to heaven? He was abandoned by Mr. Drummond? He really let himself go? Or he went to live on another planet?
I think he died and went to heaven.
On the Gary Coleman show, Lil Gary is an angel trying to get his wings by doing good deeds on Earth, so confused viewers might think Arnold died. Which is a little more than I'd hoped for. You know, I just wanted to see him get a good whooping every once in a while, that's all. Give me a category. Welcome to the Jack Attack. When you see two words on the screen that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, I'll give you $2,000. If you're wrong, you're going down 2,000. But don't forget, remember the clue. Not any old word's gonna do it. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. MASH and home states. We'll see what kind of state your score is in after this Jack Attack. Good luck.
You're in Iowa. Oh, you're from Indiana. Gotcha. I mean, keep it simple, please. Massachusetts? This is working a little better than I expected. Ohio. You're from Missouri. You're from Illinois.
Nicely done, nicely done. Huh? Let's see what's in your score. That's the game.
Not bad.
Player one, I couldn't have done a better job myself because I wouldn't have played by myself. I would have found something else to do, you know? Now, but seriously, player one, and this isn't easy for me to say.
You don't know Very nice, people. If you ask me, that was worthy of syndication. Okay, get the commercials rolling, and hey, Raul, are we playing again?
Yeah, got it. Hey, look, player, if you want to play another game, all you have to do is let me know when you're all set.
A woman inmate, played by Valerie Bertinelli, fights for her right to breastfeed.
All right, this concludes this episode of You Don't Know Jack TV. If you like what you see here, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment in the section below, and spread that word. This is Sick and Squeeze Gaming, and that arcade is now closed. Okay, we're kind of twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the Twitch to catch up, because I think we're yay close to the finish line. May give me the commercial break might be gonna give me a good idea who to raid. Okay. Welcome back. Waiting on, trying to find somebody to raid here. Nice try. Nice try, nice try, nice try. Still undefeated. All right. Yeah, this guy could be the move. I haven't rated him in a while, and I think he definitely had a good time with him last time. So let's go with him. All right. Let me see. Starting with YouTube, I will be back this point Friday for Out of the Park Baseball, probably starting at 1 like I did here. I just gotta figure out how to pull the plug on everything. All right, hold on. No, that's not how you do it. Okay, give me a hot second, I'll solve this here. Okay, let's see if I could solve how to do this real fast. Got it. All right. Goodbye, you.